What's up, guys? I got the keys here back with another video. Today, I have a very special topic because it's something that I've been going through. And um, basically, we're going to talk about doing things alone because this gets overlooked in the spiritual journey, right? So, a lot of us are scared to do things alone because we're afraid that we'll look weird or um, whatever you have anxiety about it or whatever. But that's totally the opposite. You actually look more powerful. You look grounded. You look very confident in yourself. Okay. That's the difference, right? It's perception. And see, like when I see somebody, sitting alone eating, man, I'm almost envious. I'm like, wow, they're able to sit by themselves and actually go eat a meal and not feel weird. So that's what I've been practicing. I've literally been going places, sitting down, eating a meal by myself, and just enjoying it. Like, I don't need other people with me. I just do it. I go hiking alone, um, shopping alone, right? And I mean, yes, a lot of us do that, but there are some people that still don't like to shop alone. But I'm going to tell you, it's a superpower because not only is this preparing you for things, um, because when you go out to eat by yourself or something, you could be practicing for being in the vibration of having your partner, right? You could be acting like you're sitting across from them eating a meal, even though they may not physically be there, right? um you could go for drives by yourself to maybe the town that you want to move to, or whatever, right? So these are ways to practice your visualization and the manifestation that you have in your mind, right? This gives you a layout of the town, how it's going to look when you're there, the feeling of what the energy's like there. Um, and along with the dinner date, right? You're in the feeling of being with your partner, being confident, and taking a initiative to show your subconscious that you're ready, right? Um, so I would strongly encourage you guys to go do things alone, no matter what it is. Go see a movie, go out to eat, go hiking, go, I don't know, go to an art club, or go maybe do martial arts or something, something that you want to do. Um, there's so many options, but a lot of the times we're scared to do things by ourselves. But we don't understand that doing these things alone is teaching us so much. And not only are you facing something, you're also getting rid of the fear because you're actively doing it. So if you have the anxiety of going out and eating by yourself or whatever, like you're afraid what people are going to think, just go do it and just realize how nobody is even paying attention. They're all in their own worlds, guys. So stop worrying about it, you know? Um, See, because we a lot of times in our mind we have this perception that everybody's looking at us, and we're like the big, the main character. Um, but that's heavily not true 90% of the time. Are there people that notice you and whatever? Yes, obviously, right? You notice other people, same idea. But it's more or less you're just there. You're enjoying your own energy. You're having your own alone time. You can sit and just enjoy being peaceful in your own thoughts and your own energy, and that's nice. Um, for me, I've just been, whenever I go on my hikes on the weekend, I've been going out to eat by myself afterwards to get a nice meal after the long hike, right? To refuel and feel better. And it's been really nice, honestly. Um, so I would strongly encourage that you do this. At least try it a few times. Just go maybe to a coffee shop that you never tried, or um, I don't know. There's so many options, but um, I think it's important to practice this in your own way, however you want to, right? But loneliness is not a bad thing, right? I know that the mind will tell you, oh, I'm lonely and it sucks. And like, yeah, sometimes it does. It's annoying, right? But there's a lot of power that comes from being alone. Not only can you get closer with God, um, or source, universe, whatever you call it, um, but you have the time to sit there with your own emotions, your own thoughts, your own feelings about things, and you're able to process your own energy in that time, and that's a really nice thing. um things that I've learned after being by myself for, I don't know, probably about 3.5 years now. um I barely even have friends, you know um like, don't get me wrong, I have friends, but they're not like, I don't have like, I'm not like in a giant group of people, 90% of the time. Like 90% of the time I'm by myself. And I love that. Um and I think that's honestly part of what scares me about getting into a relationship or something, is that I'm so happy by myself, is that I don't want anybody to take that away from me, right? Um, and because I've had a traumatic relationship in the past, that still sits with me sometimes. So that's the identity that I've been outworking. And to do that, I've been doing these things alone. Um, and this is me being vulnerable with you guys because I don't tell people this stuff, right? But ultimately it's been really freeing, really nice, really peaceful, and overall enjoyable just to go out and do things by myself. Like, I don't have to wait for somebody else to come with me, or I can just go do it. And I don't have to sit in the house all day and wallow in what I don't have or whatever, right? Um I just go do something by myself and have fun, right? You don't need other people to have fun in life. Now, obviously, yes, sometimes we want to have other people. Sometimes we want to enjoy other people's company. Um, but your own energy is super beneficial. So it's nice to get to know that and really understand who you are, right? Um, and yeah, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity to face your fears and to sit with yourself in those moments, you know? So, um if you are in any way, shape, or form struggling with this, I am here. I do one-on-ones. So if you want to talk to me, even if you have just, something to get off your chest and you just kind of need another perspective, I'm here. All of my information will be down in the description. All you gotta do is send me your name and a short description of what you're going through, how I can help you, and we'll get that planned out. So I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you. Peace.